Hey, buddy. I think you have something of mine. That's where I left that tract. You trying to steal my work? Huh? Don't do that, man. That's why we can't have nice alchemy things. Welcome back to the great work. Previously, I got myself some flippers. And tract number 2, that tells us how to make the Regulus of G. But we need some iron. Luckily, I know where we can get some iron. It's in the Dew Caves. I might as well call it the Iron Mines, because that's where I found all the iron so far. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the first iron was past Mr. Spiky, and the other iron is right there. How are we going to get to it? Well, with the power of flippers, we can swim faster. So we just launch ourselves right out of this tube like a torpedo. Aha! Acceleration! Get me some iron. Also, keep in mind at this place, it's very important later. This is the Dew Altar. And now we have to head right back to the furnace. It's like Nicholas just made me take this trip for nothing. It's like he expected me to take the flippers first, but then I'd still need the hand claws, so I'd still have to do it anyway. Why do I even need a Regulus of G? No one asked for this stuff. It's like I'm just doing stuff because I can. I'm throwing alchemy at the wall to see what sticks. Maybe Regulus of G is a recipe for gold. You know what? I'm just going to throw the red powder at it. Why the heck not? We don't need a Regulus of G. Let's go right to gold. Alright, couple, iron, mineral G, and the red powder. What do you mean your inventory is full? What do you mean I got kaput mortem now? I don't need any of this junk. I don't even know what it does. Guess I'm gonna have to ask for Freyhair's help after all. That klepto. I hope he doesn't try to steal my kaput mortem. That'll make me angry. Here, tell me about this. What is this? I'm new at this alchemy thing. It's trash! I broke alchemy! That's great. Maybe there's a guy in the mountains that wants it. Heck with that guy. I'm keeping it. I'm a hoarder now. What about this Regulus of G? Who needs this? Newton? You mean the Newton? The Isaac Newton? Well, I'm not gonna go meet him just yet. You bet Isaac Newton did alchemy. He was really into the whole natural sciences thing, so naturally alchemy was just right up his alley. He had a lot of work on it, but he lost most of it in a fire caused by his dog, Diamond. That's right, Diamond destroyed the creation of gold. Newton was all about getting the Philosopher's Stone and also the Elixir of Life, which is also known as the Azoth, I believe it's called. And this is the other warp area. To remind us of the mission. Look at all the gold color. To remind us what we're really doing this for. No Elixir of Life, we're going for the real deal. We're looking for gold. What was I talking about before I was distracted by gold? Oh, right, Isaac Newton. Yeah, his remaining works weren't published because alchemy was illegal. The rich people didn't take kindly to that whole idea about gold becoming cheap. And also, there's a bunch of fake alchemists that were ripping people off. So, that's a problem. The rest of his works were actually eventually put up for auction. Most of them were picked up by the Jewish National and University Library. I actually have a link to that site. Not only do they have papers about his alchemy, they also have his math equations that he was working on, stuff about the apocalypse, conspiracy theories. If you're interested in Newton, you should go and check that out. I'll have that in the description. Meanwhile, I'm looking for secrets. I'm out of gold now. Hello! What's this place? Hello, I came through the secret warp to meet you. Oh, she has a booster! And she needs a weight! I don't want to get a weight. I had problems with weights, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to keep that booster. It's not a jetpack anyway. Why did you call it a booster? Surprise, surprise, we're gonna need to get that booster one of these days. Actually, I'm gonna try and get it right now. We need to go visit Isaac Newton. Such a great guy, that Isaac Newton. He invented gravity. And also, he had a mental breakdown because of his whole alchemy work. Alchemy is kind of a psychological kind of activity. It's like a spirit journey in a way. Kind of like how this game feels. All the surreal landscapes... Well, I wouldn't say surreal. Maybe I could. Yeah, it kind of fits. Well, seeing plants that big. The whole music, it makes it feel like some kind of spiritual adventure that I'm on. The only way to get to Newton is up here. Through this passageway. Also, another reason why Isaac Newton probably had a breakdown is he was working with lead and mercury, which isn't good for anybody's mental state. Not at all. Oh, was there a jumping puzzle here? I didn't notice. Flippers make things so much easier when water's involved, I gotta say. Welcome to the desert! There's no people here now. Of course, Isaac Newton, but we also have Galastros, someone named Una, and our master Falconelli lives here too. He lives in the far side of the desert. But we've come to see Isaac Newton. Hey, I love that gravity work. He needs Mineral G. He doesn't believe in Basil's lies. So, luckily, I have a Regulus of G for him. I'm gonna take your spring shoes. Look at this, he invented gravity, and he just gave me an item that lets me defy gravity better. Thanks, Newton, you're the best. But we can go get his... What did he need again? He needed something. Ah, yes, he's looking for arsenic. We could go ahead and go get that right now, but we kind of need an item first, because it'll be difficult otherwise, if not impossible. So we're going to just climb these flying islands in the middle of a desert. Did you notice? These islands aren't attached to anything. What's going on here? I have questions. Why am I a semi-3D character in a 2D land? What are you doing living on top of this flying island? That's not safe. This is Una. I don't know who she is. I haven't found anything on Google about her. So, therefore, she doesn't exist. But the weight does. Great! I'm slow again! I believe I've just broken my legs. Nope, I'm fine. I'm a platforming protagonist. I'm immune to gravity. Take that, Newton. I shouldn't say that. Newton's my best friend. He has those runner shoes, and he doesn't afraid of the aristocracy or the church. They like to clash sometimes. Luckily, we have a weight, which actually makes us immune to channels and currents. The bad part is that this current does not push me. I should have taken another route, but I don't think there is another route for me. How about we muse on the fact that I'm underwater and I'm not drowning at all? This is perfectly normal for an alchemist. Totally. Maybe I'm just imagining the water. I was exposed to arsenic in a tutorial. Maybe I should talk about my master a little bit. Falconelli. Yeah. People assume that his name is actually Eugene Canceliere, which he wrote about a student by the same name that turned 100 grams of lead into gold, right in front of two other alchemists, Champagne and Gaston Sauvage. Are we going to meet any of those guys? Who knows? Alright, I got your weight. I brought it all the way from the desert. You owe me. I will take that booster off your hands. Thank you. This is a fair trade. What can the booster do? It can make her regret. Haha! It lets us fight the currents a lot better. Just hold the S button and you can zip forward. Now I can go everywhere. I have almost all the mobility items. So, what can I do now? I could go deliver that Caput Mortem. I need to go to another place to do that, though. Luckily, it's not that far away. we are going to have to traverse through areas we've been before. Actually, I need to get back to my house. That's where we need to go. This is the one difficulty I have with Niflis's games. Is because it's exploration, there's got to be some backtracking involved. Eventually, you're going to see the environment several times over. But we could get up here now. This is a new area. Hey, Master, I'm underneath you. I still don't have gold. But, you know, that's fun, I guess. And this area is rather treacherous. There's spikes there. Don't fall into spikes. They will hurt you. They will poke you in the breathy, bleedy regions. And this is the mountain area. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people in the mountains. There's a lot more people living in the desert than the mountains. That doesn't seem right. If we jump off in that direction, we'll head to the desert. If we go in this direction, there's some secret stuff. But it's not really that important. It's just some people's houses. Some spikes if you feel like dying. There's nothing of importance here. Let's just go and find us some arsenic and someone to get this junk off my hands. I'm tired of having junk. I've been alchemizing for like 2 videos now. I think I deserve gold. Over here is just a fancy way to go full circle. Because I think if we go this way... No, it just leads us to a far side of the map. We'll actually be there a little bit later. We need to head over that way in a bit. But this guy looks like he wants some kaput mortem in his day. Hey buddy, you looking for some alchemy trash? I got some of that for you. Aha! All the other alchemists are just Regulus. Maybe kaput mortem's important. Maybe it's the Philosopher's Stone. No, he doesn't want this. He wants trash. You can take your trash now. I'm taking your bottle. No, it won't be useful to you. You will regret this day eventually. You are one bottle poorer. Also, that looks like a secret. Come on, that had to be a secret. I would have put a secret there. But of course, I'm not Nicholas. And this is Mary. Newton wanted her to deliver some arsenic, and she's not doing it. She's lazy. Give me that arsenic. I'll do it. What are you talking about, monsters? Heck with you. I think she's having one of those visions. Nope, absolutely no monsters around here, none whatsoever. I did hear a noise, but I think it was just a popping sound of me climbing. Holy crap, there's monsters here! Where do these things come from? It's the power of arsenic. People don't die because it's poisonous. People die because these monsters pop out and skewer them. Which, according to the game's files, they're called exploders. Which is exactly what they do. They explode! But I've been musing about something, and I want to try it on camera. We could just go to the desert and therefore get to Newton faster if we jump off over here. What is stopping me from doing this? Absolutely nothing's stopping me from doing this. I found a shortcut that not even I knew of. I was being a dummy. Okay, I was right after all. Niflis ain't gonna make it that easy. He barricaded us off. I need to find a teleportation box so I can get rid of this arsenic. So I could get past those little inflating barrier guys. I think there's a teleportation box near... what's his face? The drunk guy. The one that does the black magic. Surely there should be one right over here. Somewhere. Have you seen the teleportation box? I'm lost. Okay, that's just mean. I need a sword now. Who wants to trade me a sword? I need to do an alchemy sword. I'll trade you a bottle of honey. I don't need to use that for anything. I just need to kill some monsters. Yes? No? Anybody gonna take me up on that offer? Heck with everyone. All they have is bottles and boosters and stuff like that. Nothing important. Which means I'm gonna have to take the long way around. This is what we call pointless gameplay right here. Well, at least we get to explore this little section here. There's no secret areas here, though, sadly. But at least it's a long way around to get to this teleportation box. Now monsters could stop getting in my way. Take that, monster. Ha! Where's the arsenic now? Everywhere and nowhere. That'll be existential for you. I hope your mind explodes. But we're gonna have to go to the sun cave now. It is going to be quite a trip, so what can I interject in the meantime? I talked about Isaac Newton. I talked about Fulcanelli. Did you know there's other alchemical stones besides the Philosopher's Stone? We all know the Philosopher's Stone. It makes lead into gold. Makes elixir of life. But there's stuff like the Angelical Stone that'll allow you to talk to angels when you taste it. Guess what that is? That is obviously some kind of psychedelic drug. And speaking of psychedelic drugs, there's also the Vegetable Stone, which is made out of salt, sulfur, and mercury. No plant material at all. And apparently that's supposed to increase your conscious awareness and be able to access other planes of existence. Obviously, another psychedelic. I'm noticing a pattern here with these alchemical stones. It kind of breaks when you get to the Animal Stone, which is made out of like blood, bone, fur. The Animal Stone will allow you to make an elixir that'll give you perfect health. That's a direct quote from what I heard about the stone. And also there's a stone called the Magical Stone of Moses. I don't know about that stone. I couldn't find anything on it. If anybody could help me out, that would be great. Alright, Newton. I got you some arsenic somewhere. I need to go find it. I distracted myself. Hold on. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Where did I leave that teleportation box? It's gotta be in the sun cave. Indeed. This is what I get for talking about alchemical stones. This is what I get for not paying attention about spikes. That's what happens when you land in spikes. You die! In other knit games, you can't even touch water without dying. It's like the knit people are water soluble. But there's a teleportation box right over here. I remember it. Nastor started singing at me when I found it. So I'm gonna have to interject some more information about alchemy now, due to my mess up. How about some stuff you don't know about the Philosopher's Stone? Do you know it comes in 4 different versions? Yeah, there's the Negrito, the Albedo, the Citrinitas, and the Rubedo stones. Basically, it's just different levels of maturity. The Albedo stone could actually turn materials like lead into silver instead of gold. So, if we're correct in thinking, this red powder is actually albedo, instead of just like, you know, powdered sugar that they made to look like the Philosopher's Stone. Alright, I got your arsenic this time. Give me those runners. Oh, this was a fun trip, wasn't it? I got runners now. I can go fast. Really fast. Next time, on the great work, I go really fast. Other places. Maybe right into some gold. Good night, folks.